Well, it's a little bit of a sad day. We brought the chickens out to get them used to the coop, and they were adjusting fine. And then we were doing some yard work, and this is the first day they're down here. And I came down, and we started out with 10 chickens. And when I counted them, I only counted 9.
We gotta check on the chickens. What? We gotta check on the chickens. Come on. Kai's in his Captain America suit. That's what he slept in.
Outside.
Yeah, it's a little wet. I see some movement under the coop. Who's that under there? One of them's come out. Hey ladies, y'all still in the coop? Y'all sleep good? Y'all eating your breakfast? When that door opens, you can come out. One of you've already come out. Yep, there we go. There's Valkyrie. Hey, Valkyrie. They're coming out now, Kai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Hey ladies. Y'all under there hiding? Well, it's a little bit of a sad day. We brought the chickens out to get them used to the coop, and they were adjusting fine. And then we were doing some yard work, and this is the first day they're down here. And I came down, and we started out with 10 chickens. And when I counted them, I only counted 9. 9 chickens. One of our gray ones, it seems, has been taken up by something, more than likely a hawk. We heard some hawks up in the trees, and we're not sure exactly, but I've counted multiple times. They're not hiding anywhere. I mean, now they're hiding under here. They've been doing pretty good, but we are short 1 chicken, so a little sad about that. But what I'm going to do, we'd like our chickens to be free roaming at some point. I know hawks can get chickens at any size, and so what I'm going to do for now, especially since they're still getting used to the area, is I'm going to work out building an enclosure that has a roof on it and sides around this area so that they can still come outside. They can still get food. They love their little food bucket. They've been eating out of that great. They've gotten used to the water. But it'll just be completely enclosed until they get a little bit bigger. So what am I doing to enclose it? Well, we've still got some of our netting over here. I thought I had some old bamboo rods that we use in the garden, but I don't. And right now I don't really want to spend any extra money. And we have lots of resources on the property here. So for poles, I've gone and found a few of these smaller straight trees, and I'm cutting them down and trimming the limbs off. And what I'll do is I'll just use those for the posts on the side, and then I'm going to take and stretch the wire around it and then put a top on it so that it's completely enclosed. So we'll show you the finished product. All right, a little update on fixing the problem of hawks getting our chicken. We're trying to do this with mostly what we have here at the property without spending much money. So we've cut down a bunch of trees. not a bunch, a few smaller trees. And what we're doing basically is building an enclosure. So we've taken these trees and used them as posts, and we've put them into the ground. And right now we're just attaching the top supports across, and it'll be an enclosure that goes around the outside. Put some netting around the bottom, some netting across the top, and then right here will be a little door that we can get in and out of. And that way the chickens can come in and out and come outside but still be protected and not get snatched up and eaten. So that's where we are so far. All right, next phase is complete. So probably should do a little explaining of what we've done. So we're gonna put this mesh right here on the sides, and then we have some garden netting that we had that we're gonna put on top. What we did, we just took a chainsaw and cut down these little trees and trimmed them with the loppers, put some little post holes in, and then made a homemade concrete mixture with a bunch of rocks and clay and stuff. Put them about a foot down into the ground, stood them up, and then we've got this going across the top. And the idea is just to be able to hold a net and some wire to protect the chickens, and then the door is going to go right here and swing outward. And for now, across the front, there's Papa. Hey, Papa. Across the front, we've got these little guys, and I think it looks kind of neat. It's a little wonky looking, but that's just the way the sticks and the trees are. And we'll put netting across the front as well. So for now, what we've got holding them in place, we just nailed them in, and stuff at the top is supported by the trees themselves. And then we use zip ties. We're gonna go back and put screws in and hopefully take a lot of the zip ties off. And yeah, so far this has cost us $0. And we've been able to use everything we have here on property.
Here are these ladies back in the brooder. Not happy. They want to be back in their new house, I'm sure. But I'm sure that Ryan shared with you the news about the hawk. So we've been adapting and changing. We meaning I haven't done much because I am not as skilled as my husband is with these type of projects, but we've been talking through it, and I'm just so impressed with what he has done, him and his dad have done here. So it's so cool, so cool. So anyway, you can see our little makeshift aviary, which is so fun. It has such a rustic feel because we used this rough sawn wood from our land. And there he is.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, and there's Papa. And then, see how bright this looks. And we've been seeing the hawks circling, so you know they're going to come back. So we're trying to protect our eggs and our babies from future predator attacks. You see this little door right here. We're going to build a little door. And then we have a net that goes over top of it all. They put a bench in here because I like to sit and watch their babies. So yeah, Kai's using his iPad. Also, you can see I moved the garden down here because this is going to be our future garden area down here by the tree line. We discovered that the spot over by the house was it's too hot. And since we've moved our plants down here, we now have a reaper. You guys see that reaper going? Carolina reaper there. one Carolina Reaper. We have purple bell growing. You okay, Kai? We have ghost peppers growing. We actually just did a ghost pepper challenge. And the tomatoes have mostly died off. But since we moved down here, the strawberries have started blooming again, which is just hilarious to me. So the plants love it down here. Also, I planted some. Let me get out of the thing. This is sweet potato, and I have these new grow bags, which are awesome because they have these. You guys see that? There are Velcro patches on the side where I can open them up and I can get those sweet potatoes out of there without even like disturbing the plant that much. How crazy is that? It's so cool. Oh, speaking of sweet potatoes, your son picked some of them for you. Don't do that, buddy. It's growing, okay? We don't want to pick them. Okay, Kai? Not yet. It's not time to pick the sweet potatoes yet. But when it is, we're going to eat them, okay? Sound good? Okay.
I need that.
Okay, you want a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
One volcano hole. Oh! Nice.
A few days later.
You can't really stir it with a stick through here. No, can't stir it with a stick. Oh yeah. Much better. And all this will get burned later.
Happy birthday
ladies, what y'all doing? Coming to say good morning? Good morning. You probably don't want me to hold you, do you? No? Valkyrie. What you think, Valkyrie? Cram me some bugs. Yeah. Well, hello, Valkyrie. Can you say hey to the camera? What you think? Who's that? Who's that? You having a good morning? Valkyrie likes to come hang out. Luna does too. They started coming up when I come over to the bench and saying, hey, and sometimes they jump up on my shoulder, which is kind of cool. You gonna go find some food now? Okay, see you later.
Bless you, Chopper. Bless you.
Nicole, are you big on the pig?
I'm big on the pig.
So, we wanted to give everybody a tour of what we have done, the finished product of what is happening with the chickens.
The new and improved chicken aviary coop. That's what I'm calling it, chicken aviary coop.
Chicken aviary coop.
Sherbert, you don't get to go in, honey.
Sherbert really wants to go in.
She just loves chickens so much.
First things first, we have this cool rotating thingy, spirally thingy.
As to prevent hawks and other creatures from thinking there's nothing alive over here. This is a creature in itself.
Yeah, it just provides movement, and it looks neat, and spins. Both of them usually spin. And your face is very dark.
What are you saying?
No, it's in the shadow.
Oh.
Yeah, so we wanted to give you the tour of the new chicken home, of what we've done. So as you guys saw, Dad and I put up all these poles, and the goal was to keep things out, keep the chickens in, give them a place to roam, and use as much of what we had on property. So we used trees that we got off the property and cut down as poles, and we sunk them down into the ground and made kind of our homemade own kind of, it's sort of a concrete mixture using clay and water and gravel and pebbles, and seeded those down in the ground. And we had this cedar post that we used to attach the door to, and then we basically used garden netting for the netting on the side. And for the most part, we're gonna go back and add probably some screws and stuff, but for the most part, honestly, because it was much quicker and easier to hold everything up as we were working, we used a lot of zip ties, and we know the zip ties won't rust and rot. I know there's a lot of people that talk about plastic and things like that being in the environment, and I am with you. We don't want to leave any of that out because it won't break down over time. We were very careful and very intentional, but yeah, for the most part, just used zip ties to hold the netting and everything to our posts. And then we put garden netting on the top. This is my favorite tree because it's got a cool little spirally thing there. And what we did on the outside
is we had cut up some other trees and pines, and we just put the logs down to hold the netting down so the chickens can't get out underneath and nothing can really get down. So take them inside. We got little latch, and the door swings open.
My favorite thing is this door.
Luna's sticking her head out.
And we've had 0 loss since we've completed our aviary project.
Yeah.
We still have all 9 of them.
Yeah, and so what we were kind of thinking, first off, the goal was to have it so that nothing can get to the chickens, like hawks or things like that. But we have a completely enclosed area here that is connected to their coop, that at some point, if we wanted to, we could leave the door open, and then we almost have like a secondary area that they'll be able to go out that is still fenced in, that they could go out and have a little bit more space to roam if they wanted to. Luna came out to show off. And then we put, my favorite thing about this area, which most of the day it's shaded, it's not right now, is this little bench. And both Nicole and I like to just come out here, and we're weird, we like hanging out with chickens. We'll just come out and sit on the bench, and usually the chickens will come up and say, hey. I've had a couple of them that have jumped up and just sat on my shoulder for a little while. And yeah, so this is the new chicken aviary. And as far as cost, we had pretty much everything on hand already. The only thing we had to go out and get was a little bit more of the netting. So I think total to enclose it in, it ended up costing us about $40, which is awesome. We like spending not much money.
Bye, guys. Hey gardeners, just a reminder, we love you guys, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to our videos. We want to do more, and we're excited to have this community. Love you guys.